he started recording. Okay, episode. Wait, 6, 7, 8, 9. Double figures.
I don't think it is double figures. I think it's like
9.
8.
We're here. We're here with an episode. Another episode coming at you.
You sound like a really bad noughties DJ. Jesus.
Yeah. I'll put like a little tinniness over the audio recording. Right.
Yeah, little high pass. Yeah.
Yeah. And like air horns. The ad that I have selected, my selection for consideration, is the trailer for the build-up of Fury versus Usyk. And I'll show it because it's really good. And that's why I picked it.
A tale as old as time. A legendary champion in search of another champion has found his match. A duel that transcends bullets and dust. Both men undefeated. Both men larger than life itself. Facing each other under the watchful eye of history. Beyond blood, sweat, and fire, and the mercy of the rough seas. Moved by the ravaging rival. Oh, sweet rival. And their fists will speak a language older than words. They will speak loudly. And there is just one way to be remembered for all of eternity. Let's get ready to rumble! Adrian Caesar! It is time to fight!
So yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, they went balls out.
Yeah, like... Oh shit, I should probably keep sharing the screen. In my excitement, I've accidentally closed the tab. Yeah, so like, I mean, where do you even start? I'll start with like the company that made it is a company called Savage, I think, just to give you an idea of what they've done, like Binance, Monster, what else have they done? Riders Republic video game, Adidas, Oppo, Jean-Paul Gaultier, Velux, Volvo, Versace, Pepsi, Super Bowl commercial 2024. That's page 1 of 13. So they've got a bit of a history of it. They're very
doing well, them.
They're doing really well. Like there's probably stuff that you've seen from these guys before, and if you go and look at their website, like they don't do anything by like half measures.
That video went all out. So I mean, I do like Sky stuff in general because they do commit, even with like boxing stuff and other things. I do see they kind of lean in on the gimmick sort of thing. So like that Western thing, it didn't surprise me that they staged it as like a Western.
Yeah.
But then they kept like going. So
Yeah.
okay, then it's in a Coliseum. Then we're gonna have like this whole ship thing, and it almost sounded like the soundtrack almost sounded Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep.
Which
like
is quite cool.
They subtly
Like
change the music as you go.
Yeah, the music changing the entire time is great. Then you have like this weird anime section. It looks like it's animated frame by frame as well, which
It's
is
so-
like that's
yeah.
a huge amount of work. It's really nicely done. And it ties in like what's the actor, the guy's name? I think he's the guy from Peaky Blinders, isn't he?
Yeah, so that is I'm pretty sure that's the guy from Peaky Blinders. I don't watch it.
But like that frame exactly, right? You can see the animation as it's being blown away in the transition. It's interacting with him. It's so like like we've talked about before, those little details in these kind of splendid scenes really do show the production value and make that difference in how well it looks and works. And then from here, it's like there's almost more of a CG robot section, I think, next.
Yeah, like I think the samurai comes out right in the burning field.
Yeah,
like...
so almost like a video gamey samurai.
But look here, straight on, and then you can see he's walking in the background as the guy's like scripts all tied together, like the guy getting pulled in through the
guy getting pulled in with the Wilhelm scream to make
Bruce Buffer. Is it Bruce Buffer? I can't remember the guy's name. Bruce Buffer's the UFC guy. Comes down in a fucking lightning strike, like in a puff of smoke. It's just it's balls to the wall from start to finish. Like, and
it's balls to the wall, and it's like it goes through these different things, but it does them well.
It's so well done.
It nails, like, from the very opening with the graphics on top of the title.
Yeah,
for the
like
Western.
The way
it looks like a Western film type graphic.
Yep.
It's like the set is very reminiscent. The shot even of like the kind of craning
it looks
down.
Authentic. Yeah. It wouldn't look out of place in like
the
an
music
actual...
is perfect for it.
Yep.
Like they lean into the tropes. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then even the Colosseum thing, like.
Oh, where we switch the transition is just like great. Where we get that like swoosh around, dust cloud, and now the set is in the Colosseum.
The concept isn't that like amazing for me. It's impressive that they managed to commit to the length of time because it's a long ad, right? It's like
2.5 minutes, yeah. Which is why it's like it's a bit longer trailer wise. I think they had a slightly truncated version for television. But I thought it's better to see it in its in the full version. Yeah,
that's quite impressive to me. But the actual the initial idea of, well, look, these are historical fighters. They've got these unbeaten runs. Like these are all things I've gathered from this. I don't know about boxing, but I can already tell I'm not hyped, but like. I can see an interest in it because there's these two kind of unstoppable forces that are meeting each other.
Yeah.
And they're pitching it as like a battle for history, going through the historical periods. That's not a huge leap creatively. I can see how they got to that point quite quickly. Yeah. But the execution is what makes it so really fucking good. Because
it's just to the as high a level as an execution as you can possibly get. Like, as you say, it's like it's everything. It's the Wild West. In a gunfighting duel, the loser dies, right? In the Colosseum, the loser dies. In a battle of pirates, the loser dies, right? Like samurai of like high honor, and like the loser of the duel, that's it. Like everything.
You either die or you're committing seppuku, right?
Exactly, right? Like everything is on the line, and the fact that like you go and look through the comments on anything from LinkedIn, because this was everywhere on LinkedIn and on YouTube, because of the sheer quality of it, people saying it's a better trailer than Marvel put out all year, higher quality than.
I mean, I can't disagree. Like I haven't kept up with Marvel.
Well, but the CG in it is like, and you say the length as well for every extra second. I mean, is how much? I saw a discussion online. I could not find any numbers, and I'm not surprised, right? But because it's a Saudi-based client, they can just chuck money at it. They don't care. For every extra second, some guy on LinkedIn said that he wouldn't be surprised if like core production costs were into the hundreds, probably he said over $100,000, and that he wouldn't be surprised if the agency charged nearer seven figures.
I was going to say, I would have guessed like you're easily in six figures. You're getting close to seven.
That's what he said, and I'm sure there are people that wouldn't believe it. But like, if you look at the credits on Savage's page, you've got 30 people, and that doesn't include gaffers, sparks, runners, camera ops, focus pullers, anyone.
It's just like the bigger.
The sea of fucking CG artists that you would need to get this done.
It would look like a Marvel credit scene where
it would
4 pages of CG artists.
It would.
They get a proper credit.
2.5 minutes, and I don't even know. And but like I could try to find pay-per-view numbers, and they haven't been released. But they're thinking that Fury was going to make 100 million quid out of it, and
Jesus,
and Usyk was going to make nearer something like 60. And they would have to make more than that to make a profit. So, this would be a drop in the ocean to get it hyped.
It's not so much the concept. The concept, I can quite quickly see how they made that leap into the concept.
Yeah.
It's the execution. Each scene feels really well done. Like the Western stuff, it feels like a Western film.
Yeah.
There's production value in there. You can see the set. You can see the set is alive in the background while the focus is on the main cast and the main camera move, for example. With the next scene when they're in the gladiator, like the CG is really well done. The concept is like quite clear and it's rooted in stuff that we've already seen. We've seen that they would have like naval battles in Colosseums and in the Colosseum and stuff like that. Like it's not something we necessarily expect them to put a cowboy set in, but like we were familiar with the concept.
Yeah.
Then like the costume design into the pirates theme, that the attention to detail and the sound design on that as well, with the music that sounds close enough to Pirates of the Caribbean, which is going to be how most people associate pirates, let's be honest. Then you go into the animation, which is always a risky move because animation is hard to do well.
Yeah, and tie in as well, like
you got to then put it into like this world. So they've like 3D built the set from the Western, then done. I think it's 2D frame by frame animation for the actual like
frame by frame
fighting thing. Maybe it is 3D, but it looks very much frame by frame to me.
It really does. Just like,
and again, that ain't cheap, and it's very easy to do badly.
And you've got to run this part. You have to run this past Usyk and Fury to make sure that they're being represented.
It's quite interesting. Like I'm guessing they don't have like an actual bitter rivalry. It's more of a case of they're both champions and they're just trying to like one, obviously the glory of becoming the one effectively, and then also the payday
and unifying the payday, unifying the belts as well. It was all about unifying the belts, and not the payday, but it was about
because I like getting them both on set. Like it's quite clear, and it's quite a light-hearted thing. So it's like there's clearly no like real animosity or hatred here. It's just like two fighters at the top of their game, so you can kind of have them on set. You can have them in this kind of funny, almost light-hearted but epic tone. Like
to a degree, it's a little bit like we discussed the Paralympics thing. It's not subverting expectations at all. It's exactly what you would expect. It's the battle of two like titans in the sport, and you know, whenever you think about two like titans going at it, it's gladiators or pirates or whatever. It's like all the cool things that you could possibly imagine. But it comes down to the amount of money that the company were willing to throw at it. In this case, it's an infinity sign, right? And then it comes down to execution. I didn't at any point look at it and go, "Oh, they cut a corner there," like, or that's not done as well as it could possibly be done. It just is all done. I mean, I get it. You're probably playing with a lot of money in 2.5 minutes, but
so you can go take the best 3D houses to get it done.
With this, it's just a prime example of like I know we say to clients sometimes, maybe invest a little bit more money and you'll get a better product.
I mean, it's 2.5 minutes long, and I didn't feel like it was too long. Like each stage is a little nod, and you're like, oh yeah, and then just as you kind of acknowledge it, it starts to move on to and transition to the next scene where there's another one waiting for you. So it keeps you moving and progressing through
even without the VO over the top, which is like the way that he presents a VO and it's just
I mean, you want to talk about like getting the best in the game. The guy's a great actor. He put that performance, like he's not just giving you a VO read, he's giving you a performance.
Yeah, like it is that. It's literally that.
And even just like that reveal of Tyson Fury when the camera comes in and he's getting the shave, and then there's that kind of profile shot, very Western. And to be fair, Fury has the kind of features for like a Western hero sort of thing. So it like really works. And you're like, okay, now I just want to go and watch a Western film. I want to go and watch like, I mean, hell, even maybe a spaghetti Western.
Even they're not, yeah. I mean, they're old school. But even Usyk getting off the horse, and then you see like the reveal of his face, and he's got that like
the walking into town, like riding into town, and then pulling the bandana down. Yeah, it's all.
And he's got like the mustache, so he looks like the bad guy in the Western, right? Like
it's the tropes are there, and they're tropes, and we get it, but because they're not trying to play them seriously.
No.
They're playing them serious enough, but they're also keeping it very lighthearted. It's like, we know what it is. Okay, look, this is just going to be a bit of, it's going to be a bit of fun sort of thing. We're going to kind of big up this fight. like going through the ages. We're not going to take it too seriously. We're going to lean on the tropes that you
Yep.
get it. Like they're in the Coliseum, you get the thumbs down. Like,
Yeah, like
you know what it is. You know. I can also really tell that you spend a lot of time watching Sky Sports because all of your ads come from Sky Sports.
It's the golf. I just watch so much fucking golf, and there's just so many trailers on. But you know, this is the kind of thing that it takes to this, and the F1 are the ones are the kind of it opens up a wider question about how far do you have to go on a platform like Sky, on a station like Sky, right, to get your ad noticed. Like you blend in, especially when you're watching semi-exciting sports, or you're watching sports like golf where I'm like really into it, and then the break comes and I pick my phone up or something. What does it take to snap somebody out? What does it take to set your ad apart during a break? And if this is a kind of quality, this and the F1 like is a kind of quality, then like I don't know. I mean, this is the level it takes to make me sit up and take notice of the ad that's on.
I mean, we kind of touched on it with the Apple ads, right? Like as fewer and fewer companies are advertising on TV, I think you're going to get this polarization where you get the really high end ones in like peak times, like during a peak game or whatever. Not going to be quite a Super Bowl ad, but they'd have had to put money into it.
It have to have, yeah.
They want to stand out,
especially if you're spending a lot of money on the
ad space,
space as well, right? Like you're going to want to put money into the ad because you need it to work. If you've spent
and then on the other end, you get the really dirt cheap ones that are kind of bad, and they're on like channel 500 that you're not really paying attention to. It comes on every 5 minutes, sort of thing.
Yeah,
that seems to be the way. It's almost like with feature film where we've seen that kind of division, like stratification of the really high end and the low end, and the middle end has been kind of chewed out.
It's
and
been
taken
gutted.
away.
Yeah,
it's gone. Gutted. Let's be honest, it's gone online. The middle range for TV ads has instead gone online because they get more bang for their buck there, right?
I implore you, watch the fight as well. To be fair, if people are interested in the boxing, because it's one of the few times that the build up actually was reflected in the actual fight. It's one of the best. So there you go.
Fair enough. I'll go watch the highlights on YouTube now.
Pow pow pow. Bye.
Take it easy.